So what's going on, everybody? This is Andrew Lewis here. I wanted to drop a video for you guys to kind of go over the A2P process for you and just kind of break it down and make it a little bit simpler so that everybody can get through. Some things that I want you to kind of realize, and I got some notes here, so please forgive me if I'm looking down. So a lot of things that people kind of go through is they're failing because of simple and easy to fix reasons, right? Mainly putting in inaccurate information. So you want to make sure your information is accurate, correct, the same as you registered for, and I'll discuss a little bit more of that as we go through the video. But the same information that you use to register your business in, you want to make sure that information is the information that you're using when you're putting into the CRM, and not correcting some of the issues that are within the examples that you're using when you're kind of going through the process. So I'm going to break that down for you. So let's go ahead and share my screen, and we can kind of go through the A2P process. So let's do that now. Okay, let's go to the beginning. All right, so with the A2P process, the registration process, what it is, basically it stands for application to a person, right? And all it really means is that you have the ability to send text messages to multiple contacts at once, right? So when you're doing like campaigns and stuff like that, and you send email campaigns, you can also do text message campaigns and kind of message them back and forth via text messages. All right, one thing you need to understand is that when you're doing the A2P registration, it's going to be a cost. I'm not going to give you the numbers because I know what it was when I went through, but it's going to be different when you guys go through because time has passed and the actual fees have changed. So the main things that you need to understand or be prepared for when you're actually going through the process is make sure your registered business name is what you're using. So the name that you use when you kind of filed for your articles of organization, that's the name that you're using when you go through the profile section. And I'm going to touch on that when we get to those sections. Also, you need to have an email. If you have an email, it's a business email. It doesn't necessarily have to be info or contact or admin at businessname.com. As long as it's the email that you use for your business that works, you need a physical address, you need a phone number, a working phone number, because the people that actually are contacting and doing the verification process are going through these things and they're making sure they match up and line up to what you put in your registration process, and you have to have an EIN number. Another thing you have to have is a domain. So when you scroll down into the ATP process that I have right here, where it says demonstrate the process ATP registration via Go High Level, you have to actually have a domain, whether it be a specific website that you have, and the domain can be GoDaddy, Shopify, whatever it is that you use. There are a number of different domains that you have out there, but you have to have that in order to link your website to or your funnel. So what I did was we created a funnel that you can use if you're one of those people that don't necessarily have a website. We gave you a funnel, and it's going to be uploaded into your account, a funnel that you can use to kind of satisfy this requirement that you're going to need, because what's going to happen is the person that's actually doing the verification process, they're going to go in, they're going to click the link, they're going to go to your website or your funnel to make sure that you have all the requirements that you need in order to get your verification. It says proper registration helps you, or ensuring proper registration helps get your campaigns verified. Verifications typically take 7 to 10 days. They can be longer, they can be shorter. Mine was shorter than that, but I did mine a while ago. And some of the requirements and stuff have changed, and then a lot of people are trying to get that registration. So it may take a little bit longer, but just be patient. As long as you go through the processes and the steps that I kind of have set for you, you should get verified. And if you're not, the cool thing is they tell you why. You just have to pay attention to why, and you have to see, okay, what is it that they're saying that I didn't have correct? Go back and fix that, and just go back through the process again and fix that issue. Okay. All right. So we're going to walk through. So the first thing I want to show you is when you first kind of set up everything, you're going to go through the business profile. The business profile settings are in the settings area When you go through settings at the bottom of your CRM, the bottom left-hand corner in the menu, go through settings, go to business profile, you're going to put in all your information. And like I said before, right here is where I'm going to kind of make it a little bit smaller so I can read and show you at the same time, but you can kind of enlarge it to kind of see if there's any issues that you may have. But it says make sure to complete all of the required information in your business profile, as this will be used for your verification process. So for instance, the state agency, like I said, that you use to set up your LLC or corporation or whatever it is, that agency is what they're going to use to kind of find your information. So the information that's on your profile right here, your business profile, has to match that. Because if it does not match that, you're going to get kicked back. All right. So like I said, if it doesn't match that, it's going to get kicked back. So make sure all of this information that you have right here is the same as what you put in your business profile. So your business name, your email, your phone number, it has to be a valid phone number. Don't use the phone number that you'll see in the example. Don't use a phone number that, you know, is not active or in operation. You want to use an active phone number because sometimes they may call you. So you want to make sure that all that information is accurate. You know, your business niche down here. Well, let's go back. The website right there. Your website, if you don't have a website, like I said, we'll have a funnel that's created for you that you can use for that. And that funnel will have a link. You'll use that link and you'll put that there but you have to have a domain in order to connect that link to, or that funnel to, so that it has somewhere to go, so that they can view it. So make sure you have that set up. The next thing is right here where it has business registration and all that information. Just make sure all of that is correct. Okay, complete all 4 of the sections in a short, smooth process and minimal days for verification. Okay, so once you get to that process and you've already kind of gotten your number, your phone number, and the phone number, once again, is the business profile is in the settings area. You go to business profile. The phone numbers are also in the same area, so you're gonna make sure you go there, get your phone number, set up your phone number. And AJ has a video to how you set up your phone number or how you kind of pick your phone number. If you like, in the comments, any of the comments, this will be on the CBN and the CBA platforms. It'll also be on YouTube. If you have an issue or whatever, make sure you just kind of message me. Like I said, he has a video for it, but if I need to make a video for it, I'll do the same thing. Pretty much is going to be the same thing, but you get your phone numbers. Once you get your phone numbers at the top of the screen, it's going to let you know that you need to get A2P verification or registration in order to do text messages. So once you get that phone number, you have to get that A2P verification or registration in order to send text messages. So once you get to that point, you're going to go to Trust Center, which is going to be up here in the top right-hand corner. Don't worry about all this down here where it says brand and campaign. That's not your concern at this point. You're going to go straight down to the bottom left-hand corner where it says Start Registration Now. You're going to click that Start Registration Now, right? Okay, so once you click that Start Registration Now, it's going to take you to another page. And in this page right here, you're going to have a set of questions. It's going to say, is the business entity you're registering located in the United States? And then it says, does the business you're registering, basically, is it in the United States or Canada? So both of those questions or responses are going to be yes. So that's an easy response to both of these. The next thing you're going to do, and I'm going to make this a little bit larger so I can see it. Oh, didn't work. Boom. There we go. And hopefully you can see it a little bit better also. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is go to business details. And all you're doing in this area is making sure that the information that you put in your business profile matches what shows up here in these areas. So you're going to make sure your business name, your legal business name, your business type, whether it be an LLC, sole proprietorship, corporation, all that stuff is straight. So make sure all of this information here is correct, right? All right. And like I said, here in the the comments that I put down here, make sure business information is correct, make sure the information is the same as when you register for your LLC. Because once again, that's what they're comparing it to make sure that you're legit. It must match and not what you changed it to, but what the registration has. So for instance, if you have, for instance, my company is called Squeaky Clean LLC, Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning LLC. But if I put Squeaky Clean LLC and they go back and see that's not what it's called, it's going to kick back. So, make sure you put what the registration is, or what you registered it as. The next thing is going to be your business address, all that information. So make sure all that's correct. All you're doing at this point is confirming what you put in the profile, right? All right. So after you do that, you're going to go to another section where it says authorized representatives. You're going to put in that and verify information is correct, because all of that was done in your business profile. So once again, we're skimming through, we're going through the process, and all of it's already been conducted or created when you did your business profile. So make sure all of that information is correct. So now you should get to this point where it says the type or brand type, right? And remember in that first screen, it had brand and it had campaign. And I told you go to Trust Center and then go all the way down to the bottom left-hand corner where it says start your registration now. Well, this is the brand part of it. So you don't have to click any of that in between. You have to keep going through the process and you'll get to this point. All right, so it says here, it says select low volume standard and check the acknowledge box at the bottom and then continue. So the acknowledge box is right here, right this area. The low volume standard is up to 6,000 segments per day, and the high volume standard is more 600,000. So if you have like a call center or something like that, which none of us do, you don't need to select the high volume standard. You want to make sure you select the low volume standard, right? Once you do that, you click that checkbox, like I said, and you continue on to the next step in the process. All right, so now this step in the process, this is where you need to kind of pay attention and make sure you're paying attention to what you're utilizing, what examples you're utilizing, and making sure the information that you're putting in matches what it needs to in order for that person that's going to verification kind of look at and be able to follow. Okay, so right here says for campaign use, and that's what this portion is called, campaign details. Make sure the low volume mix is selected. We already decided, we already fixed that. So the low volume use is right here in this area right here. So even though we selected it previously, we still want to make sure we select it here when we get to this portion or this page. Also, if you notice that when you get to this portion, there'll be something already written in here, but there are examples over here that you can utilize to kind of filter and kind of make your information that you're providing to the verification authority, make it more specific to your business. So there, like I said, there are examples over here. When you click on the examples, usually it's 2 or 3 over there, and then you'll select that, but you got to make sure that that example fits what the requirements are for each section. So right here, usually I'll say copy and paste from the example box in the top right-hand corner, which was over here. And you want to make sure to update this example with your company name, because when this information or when you use this example, there's an example of the company name, but it's not your company name. So you want to make sure you put your company name in that area right here that I've already highlighted kind of in this kind of screenshot. You want to make sure you do that and put that as it is listed, the way that you registered with the agency that you use to register your company. So whatever it says in your articles of organization or whatever amendment name that you have created, you want to make sure that's what's in that selection or that area right there for your business name. All right. So whether it be LLC, corporation, whatever it is, you want to make sure that's what you use. It should match. If it doesn't match, I promise you it's going to get rejected. Okay. All right. So the next one here, it says, hi, Mark, this is Jane from Advocacy Energy, our appointment for July 20th. And it goes on to say all this information. Reach out to this phone number in case you need to reschedule. Now, when you're going through this, you want to check, you're going to select one of the examples that's in this area right here. But what you need to realize is that the example that you use has to match this area right over here, where it says must include a lead name, right? Which is right here, Jane, or your name. So I'm sorry, a lead name, which is the person that you're calling, right? And then your name, which it says is, this is Jane. You're not Jane. You can put that, you can leave Jane there. That's not really a big deal. It must include the business name, which is Advocacy Energy, and opt-out language, which is over here, which just says reply, stop to unsubscribe. So make sure whatever example you use, it follows in line with what they are looking for in order to move on in the process. So what I recommend is that when you use this example, you want to make sure you're changing the name, your company name, not advocacy. Advocacy is not your company. And they will know that when they do their check. So if you don't change this to your company name, it's going to reject. All right. Also, your phone number, this phone number that they have up here, 213, yada, yada. If you use that phone number, they're going to know that's not your phone number. It's going to reject it. So put your phone number here. So make sure you do your company name, you do your active phone number, and make sure you have that actual unsubscribe or opt out message in that statement right there. So it has to be an actual phone number. Do not use the example number. It will get you rejected. Okay. So moving on, you get to the next step. And once again, it has what this statement must include. It must include a lead name, which is hello, lead name, your name, which is here, it has Dr. Lee, and then business name and opt out. In this example, this Dr. Lee example, it does not have everything that it's supposed to have. It does not have the person's name, which is the lead name. So you want to make sure you put a lead name. So hello, Jane, this is not Dr. Lee. Your name is not Dr. Lee. So put your name or whatever name you want to use. We are confirming your appointment tomorrow at 9 p.m. One thing that this does not include is the business name. So you want to make sure you put in the business name. So change the name and add your business name. This example does not have the business name, and it should. So make sure you include that in this example that you're using. So just add your business name. So for instance, hello, Jane, this is Dr. Lee from ABC Cleaning Company. We are confirming your appointment tomorrow at 9 a.m. Reply, stop to cancel. Boom, that's all you need to do, right? Once you do that, you move on to the next statement. And this is the user content statement. In this statement, it says, how do lead contacts consent to receive messages? So this is basically the consent form or the consent requirement. And the example says, end users opt in by visiting a certain link, and the link is a calendar link into the description. And later, as we move in forward further, I'll show you how to use that to find that calendar link to include into this. And filling in their details, users check a box to receive notifications and promotional messages to provide their consent. Additionally, end users can also text start to this phone number. Once again, this phone number is a generic phone number. You want to put in your phone number, your business phone number. So that's what you want to make sure that you do. So the calendar link, and like I said, I'm going to show you later where the calendar link is, and that later is now. So to get to the calendar link, you have to go to calendar settings. To get to calendar settings, you have to go, if you're in your CRM, on the first page, all the way down to the bottom left-hand corner is your menu. If you go to settings, and then from settings, it'll take you to another screen. It'll take you to calendar. If you go to calendar and you select a specific calendar that you want to use, your business calendar, then it'll take you to this screen right here where you have examples of the calendars that you have available, right? If you click the three dots over here in the right-hand corner of the specific calendar, this menu will pop up. And when this menu pops up, you'll see a menu that says edit, duplicate, share. If you click on share, I'm going to scroll down. If you click on share, it'll give you a permanent link and I think it says alternate link or whatever, but you're going to take the link down at the bottom. I think it says permanent link. If you click that link, you're going to copy that link. That's going to be the link to your calendar. So you can share that link anywhere and it'll take anybody directly to that calendar. And that's what you want to use. So if you go to calendar settings and you select edit, like I said, it'll take you to that. Also, if you want to make sure that you go to forms and payment within the calendar. So once you're in the calendar, even though you got that link, you want to go to edit here. You want to scroll or go down. Once you go to edit, it'll take you to this list. This is the actual construction of your calendar. Once you go to there, it has meeting details, it has availability, and the third one down is called forms and payment. You want to make sure that each one of these is selected, the pre-populate fields and also the consent checkbox. And make sure that in the consent checkbox, this is the confirmation or the consent that people can send emails or text messages or whatever, that you want to make sure this information is in here. I confirm that I want to receive content from this company using any contact information provided. Make sure that box is checked or selected, right? Then this is an example of what it looks like, right? So when they go to their calendar, they schedule an appointment or whatever, or they put in information and they have to give you their name, their address, their first and last name, their phone number and email address. This is to make sure that this box right here that's highlighted, I confirm that I want to receive content from this company. That's the opt-in information that they need, and that's what they're looking for when they're doing the registration process. So you're going to make sure that's in there. So copy and paste the calendar link, like I said, in a separate browser to ensure. So you can copy and paste that link, whatever the link that is, and it goes directly to your calendar. You want to make sure that's valid, and that's the link you're going to use, okay? So moving on, so we're going to go back to now copy and paste from the example section. So if you go to the example section for this one, it says how do lead or contacts consent to receive messages. Used an example, and this is the example that I used for this portion. It says input the website or funnel that you want them to go to. So now, in order to verify and meet all of the requirements. So what I had, what we're going to do is we're going to forward you a funnel that I use for the people that don't actually have a website that has all this information. We created a funnel, and this is the funnel that we created in order to let you be able to use or to kind of fulfill all of the requirements that they're looking for within the A2P registration. So with this A2P registration, this is the funnel. And what I'm going to tell you is when you get to your funnel, you're going to make some changes to this funnel to make it specific and personalized to you. For instance, first thing you're going to do, you're going to change the logo here, right? So when you go to the funnel, it's going to be in forms. You're going to make sure you change the logo out because right now it has CBN Network or Clean Biz Network. You're going to change it to your logo. You can leave the name, you can leave the email, you can leave the phone number. You're going to click on this area right here where it says this is the consent area. You're going to click on it, and right here, you're going to change that. It says your company name here. You're going to change that to your company, whatever the name of your company is. That's what you're going to put there. You're going to save it. Okay. The next thing that you're going to do, of course, you're going to give me access. You can change it. You can change this to say whatever you want it to say in the form section. The other thing that they're looking for is this area right here where it says terms of service and privacy policy. You don't necessarily have to have both of them. I put both of them in there just to kind of cover myself. And I know that it has worked for everybody that I have shown this to. So you want to make sure your terms of policy is updated to your information, and you make sure the privacy policy. So like I said before, there's going to be actual persons going through this looking to make sure that you have the requirements that's needed to get your A2P registration approved. So we added this to, and it's going to be added to your profile shortly within the next few days or so. If you click on terms right here, you click on it and I'll show you. I think I've sent a video out before on how to hyperlink an area in your forms and to add the form to it or whatever. I think AJ has one out there. If you need me to do another one to kind of make it specific or to send you the video, just let us know. But in this terms of service, you can go in here I got highlighted the things that you need to change. You need to make sure you change this to your company's name. Once again, your company's email address here and your company's mailing address. You want to change those, take the highlight out, and leave it the same. This is, by all means, I'm not an attorney, a lawyer, or anything like that. So this is not binding, but this is just something that you need. So you can either take mine, you can go to different websites and create your own terms of service, or you can just go to ChatGPT, create your own terms of service. This is just the one I use for these purposes to be able to kind of show you how to do it, right? And I'm going through it real fast. You don't have to read everything on here. You're going to have it in the funnel that's going to be uploaded to your account, all right? So the next thing that is going to be, you need to make sure you have is a privacy policy. And if you click on privacy policy, it's going to take you to the privacy policy. And once again, everything isn't necessarily highlighted, and I'll probably go through and highlight it later on. But this is pretty much a privacy policy. Like I said, there are websites you can go to create a privacy policy. You can get your lawyer to do it, or you can go to ChatGPT. But once again, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't verify, say that this is, legally binding and all this other stuff. But the person that's doing the registration, it doesn't really care about all that. They just need to make sure that you have all that information. Okay. So once you have all that information, this is what you'll use. And also make sure you change at the bottom where it says, see if I can move this out of the way. So at the bottom where it has the CBN logo, you want to make sure you change that. So you want to change the logo at the top, you want to change the logo at the bottom. Okay. So let's keep pressing on. Let's go back to the A2P process, right? So, like I said before, copy and paste from the example section and the website or the funnel that you want them to go to in order to verify you meet all the requirements. So that's where that form, that funnel page that I just showed you, comes into play. If you don't have a website, you need to make sure you have a funnel that you're going to show, that you're going to link in your registration for them to go to kind of check to make sure you fit everything, all the requirements that you need to input. But once again, you must have a domain. If you don't have a domain, then that funnel is not going to connect to anything. If you don't have a website, that it's not going to connect to anything. So you have to have a domain. And this is how it should read. This is how this section under user comment should read. End users opt in by visiting whatever that link is to the website or funnel, right? That goes here, and filling in their details. Users check a box to receive notification and promotional messages to provide their consent. Additionally, end users can also text start to a legitimate phone number, right? So you do that. The next section right here, it says, how do leads, contacts consent to receive messages? Once again, you remember when I showed you how to get the link to the calendar that you're going to send them to? This is where you're going to put that. You're going to put that link to that calendar right here. So it says end users opt in by visiting that link, that calendar link, and filling in their details. Users check a box to receive notifications and promotional messages to provide their consent. Boom, that's it. That's all you have to do. You add that link to it. Now, this next part right here, I've highlighted it in the example. It's going to say start subscribe. This is what it should say. So you can do it verbatim with the understanding that you have to change your company name here, and then I add the company name at the end just to cover myself. So it says, John, welcome. You are now officially opt-in to receive messages from ABC Cleaning Company. Message and data rates apply. Recurring message frequency varies. Reply for help, stop to cancel at any time. And then I put my company name there, ABC Cleaning Company, right? All right, and we're almost done, guys. All right, so one of the last things, and I think this may be the last thing, it says you have successfully opted in to receive notification and promotion SMS from ABC Company. You want to make sure you put your company name here. I don't think I have this one actually highlighted, but just know, I'm telling you now, where it says from company name is your company name. Put your company name there, please. All right, then it says, please stop if you need to opt out in the future. Then, so right here in the breakdown of the explanation, it says ensure your opt-in messages match the statement above. Now submit, and you should be good to go. If there is an error, you will receive a notification of what needs to be corrected. You correct that. If not, then you will receive a successful submission message. All right. And that is it. Hopefully this works out. It should. It's absolutely what I use to get my verification. And hopefully you have the same success that I had. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. And thank you for tuning in. And definitely reach out, send a message, a comment, or whatever if you have any issues, any questions, any concerns at this point. With that being said, you have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.